What's up, guys? Welcome to the Sports 2.0 show. Today we're talking baseball, the best sport, the only sport. Move away, NFL, NHL, NBA. None of those got anything on baseball, guys. I have an awesome panel with me today. First of all, Erik Neff in the studio live. We're in Fort Lauderdale, and we're saying Fort Lauderdale, party capital of the world. Nobody cares about Miami.
We're in Miami. We're in Miami, home of the Dolphins, the greatest football team that's ever existed. So,
Dolphins.
We got the U, baby.
Right.
That's right. We got the U, baby.
It's all about the U. And
That's
my
right.
guest today got a big connection with the U. Aaron Aboodi. How you doing, man?
How's it going, guys?
I'm enjoying Fort Lauderdale now. You're down here most of the time at school.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the area, because last night I went to the Hard Rock Casino. There's a lot of people that don't know how to play blackjack there. A lot of people that don't know how to play blackjack.
That Hard Rock, it'll get you. That beautiful guitar, the big pool. Let's talk about that pool for a second. Why don't we?
That pool. I don't want to go anywhere near that pool. I don't want to get disease.
I want to touch the pool. I don't think I want to. I kind of want to
get in that pool.
at the pool, but I don't want to touch it. So.
Yeah.
When I was on the plane flying down here, there's this 30-year-old lady telling me all about, not a lady, I guess, woman. I don't know.
She
woman,
was a pretty lady.
girl. Yeah. Yes. But so she was telling me all about the Hard Rock pool. Like, you got to go to the pool. You got to go to the pool. And I'm like, I really don't want to get either COVID, a bodily disease, bodily fluid,
Syphilis. He doesn't want to get syphilis.
What the story she was telling me, the pool was a little scary. So we stayed away from the pool, but we won some money. Eric lost some money.
I lost some money.
But
yep, that's what I do.
Good man.
So what else? What else going on in Miami besides the suck?
We got the Miami Hurricanes next year opening up versus the Alabama Crimson Tide in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of me and my friends are going to be heading down for that weekend. Should be an awesome time. We're really hoping the Hurricanes can make an upset.
Tide are going to roll their ass, but that's a story for a different day. We're talking baseball day. Let's get right into it. Aaron, we got Rachel coming in. Biggest supporter. Shout out, Rachel. We love you.
She's
here.
through you see the wall behind
network.
us? Rachel's through that wall.
Oh, my God.
She is just on the other side.
Hi,
of that.
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. I know you can hear us.
So before we get into it, guys, as usual, subscribe to the Sports 2.0 Network. Got a lot of great shows on there. We're going to be kicking it off with the Braves and the Phillies, giving a little recap on that game. Aaron, talk to me about this one. Braves got the win as usual. Ronald Acuna Jr. is just hitting balls to the moon. I mean, he's playing phenomenal right now. So give me a little rundown on this game.
We got Acuna going 3 for 4 in the Braves 9-5 win in Philadelphia last night. Getting 2 runs in, 3 RBIs, notching a home run. That's the 18th home run by Acuna this year. That's tying Guerrero at the league lead. And the sky's the moon for this guy Acuna. He's something else, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's pretty impressive. Now, Eric, I got a question for you. You got Acuna, you got Vladdy. Let's go Acuna and Vladdy. Who you picking out of that to build a franchise around?
First of all, you were not going to put Fernando Tatis in those two
I
spots.
wasn't going to put Fernando Tatis. I was
he's
thinking
not.
about it, but he's not.
That's tough.
That's universal.
It's not.
DH.
It's Acuna. Acuna is the best baseball player that I've personally seen at his age since Mike Trout. This guy's ridiculous. In my opinion, you would probably take Juan Soto second, maybe over Vladdy, just because I think Juan's got the potential that Acuna's got, the potential that Mike Trout's got to become the best player in this game. So to me, Acuna, if he's not already, he's going to be the best player in this game and possibly the best player of this generation.
Yeah, I love the wave of players that are coming in right now. We got so many young stars that's revolutionizing this game. And even like a guy like Mike Trout. Mike Trout's not that old. He's 30 years old. He's still going to be playing for a long time, even though he could retire tomorrow and his great-great-grandkids would be set. But these young stars coming in, Aaron, who do you notice that like really impresses you? I know we just named a few, but are there any like, guys that you like?
The one that stands out to me has got to be the shortstop for the White Sox, Tim Anderson. There's obviously been a lot of stories on him lately with his bat flipping and his unique style to the game. I'd say him. Obviously, Acuna, the swagger he brings when he's rounding the bases is unmatched. Of course, Tatis, Juan Soto, the intimidation factor, the stare down he gives those pitchers as they throw the ball across the plate. So yeah, I think those would be my top 4 right now.
Yeah, good choice. Now, Eric, question for you. We got to talk about Tatis since we brought him up. I'm not a big Tatis guy. Listen, most exciting player in baseball, no doubt about it. but the guy can't field a routine ground ball to save his life. I mean, he's leading the league in errors as last time I checked. And I shouldn't have to check fielding percentage. These guys are major leaguers. I mean, if I was out there, maybe, we check fielding percentage, but these guys are major leaguers. We should have good fielding. Tatis can make a diving play to his left or his right, but he can't field a routine ground ball. Eric, do you think he is the next universal DH in the National League?
Yeah, he's one of the many reasons that we need a universal DH. Outside of, I don't want to fall asleep watching pitchers try to hit anymore. I mean, if it's Big Sexy, if it's Bartolo Colon coming up there, I'll watch that at bat. Mm-hmm. I love watching him spin in circles 3-4 times, fall down. That's fantastic. Great humor. But if it's not him, I don't care about watching the pitcher's bat. And it's painful watching Tatis field the ball. Just absolutely painful. It really is. However, super exciting, really fun guy to watch. Love watching him hit the ball. Just don't care to watch him botch routine ground balls on a daily basis anymore. So universal DH has to be a thing next season, in my opinion. I think the league should have already announced it, because this doesn't just change a position on the field. This changes everyone's rosters completely. The National League teams are built completely different than the AL teams. So they should have given them a year to plan this out, to figure out how they're going to bring in another hitter. I mean, if you drop this on my team, the Cardinals right now, we have the weakest bench that I've ever seen in baseball history. I'm 99% sure that I could play baseball on that bench. I mean, I know I could. They're terrible. They're the worst. Matt Carpenter's on that bench. Matt Carpenter. I weigh more than Matt Carpenter's batting average is. All right, and I'm getting kind of chubby.
Come on, let's calm down now.
You got to prepare. Yeah, all I'm saying is I think the MLB should have gave the NL teams a little bit of a chance to prepare. Yeah. I think the lack of depth on a lot of the National League teams is going to hurt them next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not going to say I could play in the big leagues, because the last men's league I played, like not even beer league, like legit men's league, I got K'd up on like a curveball that I should have hammered, and then I said I got to give it up and just become a little blogger. But anyways, Aaron, I got a question for you. Look at Tatis's contract, $340 million. How much of that money do you think the Padres are paying him to field ground balls, and how much do you think they're paying him to hit?
I think all of that's going to when he's in the batter's box.
Smart guy. There you go. That's the answer I was looking for.
Yeah, they could care less how many errors he makes. They really could. I'm just going to say this and get slaughtered all over Twitter later. Defense is overrated a little bit in baseball. I mean, you can. I don't want to see a guy making as many errors as Tatis is. I would say that that amount of bad defense is very bad. But for the most part, a few errors here and there. I mean, I don't care. You're just not costing your team enough runs that you can't make up for with your bat if you're a guy like Tatis. So
yeah.
And it's the attraction he's bringing, to the Padres organization. He's the most recent MLB The Show cover, bringing a lot of attention to the younger generation. With the flashier plays. He's always going for that extra base with a routine single. So yeah, I'd say all that money's going to him to execute in the batter's box for sure.
They could care less about him fielding ground balls. Mm-hmm. Now, a team that does field ground balls because they can't afford people to pay. They don't have enough money to pay people to hit the ball. But amazingly, these guys are hitting the absolute shit out of the baseball right now. The Tampa Bay Rays are winning games by offense and great pitching. Now, they are the latest team to take over the number one spot on the MLB power rankings, which, I hate power rankings. Aaron, you're going to be writing some power rankings for baseballspotlight.com.
He won't hate yours, Aaron.
No, I won't.
He didn't mean that.
I hate the concept of power rankings, because it's like, are the Rays really better than the Los Angeles Dodgers? Like, no, they're not. Why are the Rays in first? So that's my thing on power rankings. But anyways, we'll throw that aside. Aaron, I will share yours on Twitter and Facebook and all that when you start writing for them. But let's look at this. Are the Rays really the best team in baseball, Aaron?
They are. Right now they are.
Stop.
Right now.
That's not the answer I was looking for.
Right now they are. Winning 20 out of their last 24 games. It's hard to beat them right now. Yeah, we got the Dodgers. Of course, the playoffs come. It's a different story. But right now, the Rays are the best team in baseball.
Are you a Rays fan?
I'm not. I'm actually a Yankee fan.
In his division, in both your guys' divisions. I feel bad for you guys.
Now, you're up in New York right now. What's the mood up there with the Bronx Bombers got the win last night because of 15 errors. But what's the mood right now?
It's not good. It's not
good, right?
No. We are really struggling our best player, Aaron Judge, is literally leading in every single category on offense. Every single category. This is just a season following the MVP season of DJ LeMahieu. Like, where is he? I think he's hitting maybe 3 home runs.
Yeah.
Other than, I mean, his fielding has been pretty exceptional. Of course, Gold Glove winner, but like, we are struggling. Giancarlo Stanton, strikeout after strikeout.
He had a good 2 weeks.
Yeah,
he was really good.
He had a pretty solid 2 weeks.
Maybe worth like $7,000 million or whatever you guys are paying him for that 2-week stretch.
Brett Gardner, I think his time has come. I really do. The guy just like he can't get it out of the infield. While we're on the Yankees, why don't we talk a little bit about yesterday's interview with Garrett Cole and the amazing response he was able to put together.
Yeah. Now, did you watch the clip yet, Eric?
No, I did not watch the clip. What happened here?
Yeah, explain to me.
So I don't know if you've heard, but recently the MLB has been cracking down on pitchers using all kinds of substances to get a better grip on the ball.
Like Olympic weightlifting, so stuff the Olympic weightlifters use to like literally palm at like 300 pounds, or pitchers are using on their fingers. And Josh Donaldson was asked earlier last week, what his thoughts on pitchers using.
I read that. I read Donaldson's comments.
And he said it becomes an issue when it becomes player or performance enhancing.
Mm-hmm.
And so Garrett Cole, and he dropped Garrett Cole's name, he's by saying that, and by referencing Garrett Cole's spin rate dropping in their last game, since 4 minor leaguers were being investigated since this came about. And so Garrett Cole yesterday was asked if he'd used any substances to get a better grip on the ball, like I think it's called Spider Tack, Tanner.
Yeah,
Spider Tack. And he looked at the reporter for, I want to say, 10 seconds, a real 10 seconds before he said, I don't know how to answer that. I honestly just don't know how to answer that. And then proceeded to ramble on about how generations have passed on to this generation different customs, and completely avoided the question.
Yeah.
So this is amazing.
Do you think they should? We'll start with Eric. Eric, do you think pitchers should be able to? Should pitchers be able to use Spider Tack or whatever to throw? Okay.
The answer is yes.
There you go.
You want to ban substances that don't allow you to hold on to things. I mean, pine tar allows you to hold on to the bat. You want to ban it all around and take it away from the hitters as well? Sure. However, until you take it away from hitters as well, no, they can use whatever they want. I've always been fine with substances on the ball. I don't care. I could care less if they're spitting, using Vaseline, pine tar. I don't care. It really just doesn't affect the performance enough. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, like I said, make it fair. Take it away from every single position player. Take the pine tar off the bats. I just don't want to hear it from hitters, especially Josh Donaldson, by the way, is the biggest diva. Oh, my goodness. Why don't you get healthy and stay on the baseball field and actually, produce for the first time in 6 seasons?
Are you calling Josh the bringer of rain, a baby?
He was the bringer of rain for one season in Toronto. 1 year. He had one good season, and he's still living off of that.
Let's stop picking on Josh Donaldson.
I just don't like the guy.
We're talking about a former MVP and Josh Donaldson. Look, John Carlos stands a former MVP and whatever. So, Aaron, what's your thoughts? Should pitchers? I mean, first of all, look at this hat, Craig Kimbrell. I mean, this is the biggest FU, and this picture isn't from 2020, but there's a picture of him in 2021. I think this could be from 2020, but there's a picture of him in 2021 with the same thing. This is the biggest FU. Tip your cap to the ump. The pitchers don't care. I don't know if that's Spider Tack. I don't know if that's pine tar, but there's obviously something that he's going to and getting grip on the ball. What's your thoughts on this, Aaron? And should pitchers be allowed to have not an unfair advantage, but a slight advantage over the hitters?
So as a true long time MLB fan, I'd say that I have no problem at all with pitchers using pine tar, any substance at all, because I'd say I enjoy strikeouts. I enjoy the defensive part of the game. Whereas
defense doesn't matter, Aaron. Defense is overrated. Eric said that.
We already covered this.
Cares about defense.
Whereas people growing up today watching the game, they want to see hits, they want to see players on base, they want to see home runs, and so that's why I think the MLB is trying to crack down on this situation, because they want to give the newer generation what they want.
Aren't you part of that newer generation?
Yeah, but I'd say I'm a long time MLB fan, and I enjoy the game the way it should be played. Like with the putting a runner on second base in the extra innings. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I hate it.
I hate it.
I don't know. I thought I'd hate it more, to be honest. I don't hate it as much as I thought.
I'm going to say one thing. I loved it when I was playing baseball because I got to go home quicker. Like, I did not have to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was playing and we go into extras in like a championship game and be like at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock on a Sunday night and I have school the next day. Like, I just wanted the game to be over.
Mm.
But not because I didn't love baseball. I love playing, but I did kind of like it then. Now I'm just like, this is just not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
They're
big leaguers. They're freaking big leaguers.
Yeah,
They're not little leaguers.
I like that. I actually thought that I would hate the 7-inning doubleheaders worse, and I kind of like it. 18 innings is a long time, guys. Okay, I love baseball. Yeah. After like 16, 17 innings, I'm like, that's enough, though.
Well, that's why Rob Manfred's trying to speed up the game.
And that's the thing.
Shout out Rob Manfred.
If you could pull speeding up the game off, I would go back away from the 7-inning doubleheaders, and I would also get rid of the runner on second, just because. And they answered my question. I always feared that that runner was going to hurt pitcher stats, and they did make it an unearned run. So yeah. I just it's weird, man. It's weird. It's awesome in MLB The Show, though. Yeah, I love it in MLB The Show. Like, especially if you bat in the bottom half of the inning, you're like, oh yes, it's the 4th inning of a battle royale. I'm about to smoke this guy. I get a runner in scoring position. He scored. Mm-hmm. And, I've mastered the bunt down the first base line and then another bunt down the first base line. Mm-hmm. And nothing frustrates people in the show more than just bunting twice and taking the lead in extras. But for actual baseball, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. So, Aaron, since you're part of this, you're in the new generation, but you're relating with the old generation like us. Like, we're on the downhill now. But you look at like Rob Manfred, what he's done to try to speed up the game. Do you think he's doing a good job with this, or should he stop drinking on the job like last year when he presented the World Series trophy to the Dodgers?
I think he's got to stop drinking on the job. Absolutely.
He was
trying to do a little too much to the game,
Yeah, he is. He's doing too much. That's a perfect example. You say he's doing too much, man. Doing too much, man.
Sit back, Mr. Manfred.
Like, did you need to be that hammered to hand somebody that worthless piece of metal that you hate so much? I don't know why you needed to drink so much to hand that worthless piece of metal away. I don't get it.
That's great. That was the highlight of the World Series. Like, we can talk about Clayton Kershaw getting his first and all this stuff, but like watching Rob Manfred present the Dodgers with the trophy, slurring his words like crazy. Like, that should be automatic, like, fireable offense.
That's crazy.
It's one thing to have a good time, but dude, like, you're presenting a World Series trophy, like,
you're just hammered
on Fox, on national TV. They're watching it in every single country in the world. You're just hammered. That's another story.
The lack of backlash I still feel like this is the biggest story that never got talked about. The lack of backlash from Justin Turner literally having COVID and then coming out to celebrate with his teammates. They're like, yeah, you tested positive. And he's like, I don't give a shit. If I was one of his teammates, I would have been like holding him away with a bat. Like, dude, get back. Go back in there.
That whole night between Kevin Cash pulling Blake Snell,
weird.
And then Justin Turner getting pulled with the COVID, then him going out, and then watching Rob Manfred present the World Series hammered. It was a weird World Series, but we had fans in the stands. It was cool. Let's move on from that. We'll talk about that when the fall rolls around. So we got the Astros and the Red Sox. The Astros absolutely demolished Boston. I got Boston tonight, picked them in Parlay Power Hour today. Go check out that on YouTube, guys. The Red Sox got Nathan Eovaldi on the mound. The Astros got Jake Odorizzi on the mound. We can talk about last night after we preview this a little bit, but What are your thoughts on Odorizzi right now? He's 0-3. Nobody really wanted him in free agency, and then the Astros picked him up, and he seemed to, not really step up. We got Framber Valdez last night throwing gems. He's pitched 2-3 games this year, but Odorizzi hasn't seemed to catch up. What are your thoughts on this game tonight?
Yeah, he's struggling. I think the Red Sox got this one tonight. I think with their core three with Devers, Martinez, and Bogart struggling last night, I expect for them to bounce back tonight. Again, especially with an opportunity against Odorizzi.
Yeah, Odorizzi he just doesn't look good at all. Evaldi, I mean, he's Boston's ace right now too. You look at Sale. I don't know when he's going to be back. He told me Sale's throwing.
Yeah, he was throwing. I saw him throwing yesterday. That's good to see. Actually the comment was,
for you, buddy.
Here's something the Yankees fans do not want to see, and it showed Sale throwing. Still not throwing hard, not off a mound or anything, but good to it's always good for the game to get one of those players.
I feel like the league is totally just forgotten about him.
I do too. It's just, and then I hope he's not one of these guys that the league kind of forgets about you and moves on, and then when he comes back, he's just terrible. Right. I hate that. I hope he comes back in great form and proves once again that he's Chris Sale. He's striking out 10 guys a night. And as for the Astros, I don't understand the Odorizzi move, and then what was wrong with Christian Javier? I mean, he was going 5-6 innings every night. He's striking out 7-8 guys. They need bullpen help, of course. I'm all about him coming out of the bullpen. That's good. He's a great pitcher. But he was doing fine starting. This is mostly for my fantasy team right now. Okay, this is Astros. Please make Christian Javier a starter again. I really enjoyed when he was a starter and I was getting dubs. Okay, let's move him back, bro. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, I want to talk about Zach Greinke for a minute because, first of all, about 3 months ago, I watched that compilation on YouTube, Zach Greinke, weirdest player in baseball, and ever since then, I knew he was weird before that.
Weird, so weird.
But I have been so obsessed with that guy since, every time he's on the mound, I turn on the MLB TV app specifically for him. They could be playing the freaking Detroit Tigers, and I'm not going to watch the Dodgers and Padres because I want to watch Zach Greinke pitch against the Detroit Tigers. So he is the weirdest guy in baseball, but it's amazing. He's throwing 80. He's topping out at 89, 88, maybe touching 90, and he's K'ing guys up. He's pitching really well this year. What have you seen out of Zach Greinke?
And he'll have that occasional strike where he just throws it over with 50 miles per hour.
And nobody's except if you're what do we go back? The Yerminator. The Yerminator friggin' demolished that.
Smoke that. You don't want to throw that to Yermin. Don't throw it to Yermin. He doesn't care. I am
Yerminator. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on Zach Greinke?
No, yeah, he's been great. He's been leading the Astros in pretty much every category with he's 6 wins and 8 quality starts. He's like a 3.3 ERA. Right around what they hoped for him this season, and I think he'll be able to keep that going.
Okay, so if me and Eric both step up and face Zach Greinke, who do you think's more likely to get a hit?
Well, I'm smoking that ephus, dude. You better not.
You don't get the ethos.
Better not throw me the ephus.
Is anyone a lefty here?
Oh, do you bat left-handed?
No, I'm a righty.
I bat left-handed. I don't. I'm a righty. So
it don't make that much of a difference.
It's a little.
So if we're like beer league softball players or men's league baseball players, and we're like a righty versus lefty matchup or a lefty versus righty matchup, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
let's be real. If we get in against Zach Greinke and we're a left-hander versus a right-hander, it don't matter. Zach Greinke's still gonna probably K us up.
Yeah. If he throws me the 68 curveball 3 pitches in a row, I think I could make contact on the third one, and then he would strike me out with something else on the 4th pitch. Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like I can make contact though.
I could probably. I think I could foul
just
one off.
Stick the bat out.
You know who would?
I could probably get a bunt off.
Yeah, you could.
Did you play baseball? Did you play baseball in high school?
No, I played in middle school, and surprisingly enough, I went to the batting cages like a month ago, and I was very excited. And I stepped in the batter's box. I think it was like 60 miles per hour pitches.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, I couldn't make contact with a
that's what happened to me last time I went to a cage too. I couldn't touch anything.
You know what though? We look at Bryce Harper right now. Bryce Harper takes a few weeks off with the injury. It takes time. You got to get the time back. If give me 100 bats off Garrett Cole, I'm fouling a pitch off by that 100th at bat. I'm fouling one pitch off.
He's never gonna foul.
You know what? I'm just gonna
bro.
swing, and it might make contact with it. You don't know.
He's just gonna keep throwing you sliders low and away, and you're never gonna touch him.
I'll go down. I'll go down hit the ball. Now I want to go talk about the Yankees. This is a good transition with Garrett Cole, since we got a Yankees fan in the house. I'm a baseball fan, but I favor the Red Sox. I'm not gonna lie. But your thoughts on Booney right now? The Savages. I got a lot of Yankee friends that are friends that are Yankees fans. Sorry, it's been a long week in Fort Lauderdale, not Miami. Fort Lauderdale. So, what are your thoughts on Booney right now? I think everyone thinks Booney's got to go, but I'm looking at my guys are Savages in the box, and I'm reliving the good old days, and I don't want him to leave. But what do you think?
I want him out. Honestly, I want Boone out. I think that's the answer. I think we need a change.
He's gonna go. I mean, you look at what Joe Girardi did. Joe Girardi did so much more than Yankee, and they still fired him.
Exactly.
So, Booney, why do you want Booney to go? I like Booney.
I think he's gonna go.
I like him. I like how he stands up for his players, and he calls them savages in the box. But I mean, it's all words. You can't.
Yeah, Stanton's a straight savage in the box.
You just can't keep him around at this point. He's got it.
What happened the other night? Because I saw the highlights. I didn't watch the game when the bench coach got thrown out, or the third base coach and the batting coach, and Booney came on the field. Like, who has to leave? And Booney didn't fight me. He's like, who?
He had no idea. He said he didn't say anything, and it was just all that the whole time. But it was I don't know if it was the ninth inning. Bottom run on first and third, 2 outs. Odor's up, tie game. Yanks just tied it up with a little comeback of their own, and 2 balls outside, I want to say. I'm losing it. I'm going insane. I can only imagine what Boone's saying, but balls, like, it's a good 2 balls outside of the strike zone, and umpire rings him up, sends back to the dugout. Odor just stands there, no idea what just happened. The Yankees go on to lose. Yeah, that was a funny.
That's kind of been the story as of late. What do you think of Gleybe? What do you think of Gleybe over at short? I think Gleybe's got to go. We need Trevor Story. You think so?
Yeah, I really like I like Gleyber a lot. But I mean, if you have a chance to go get Trevor Story, you're gonna you're starting Trevor Story. But I just like the guy personally. He gets really hot, and when he's really hot, I'm like, damn, this guy's good.
And when he's hot,
and then he cools way off. He kind of reminds me of, even before he was a Cardinal, because now he just sucks all the time. But Paul Goldschmidt, when he was in Arizona, Goldie would get ice cold for a few weeks, and then he would just go on these heaters like nobody could go on, just insane stuff. But if Booney is looking for a team, I could think of a team that he could come to, though. Probably that
he would be helpful there with Arenado.
Not a big Mike Schilt guy. Not that there's anything wrong with Schilty, but yeah, I mean, I would take Boone. I'm good with that. I would take Booney. You guys can have Schilt. He curses a lot in speeches. People seem to love that these days. Yankees fans really like to cuss. I know that.
What do you think if when AJ Hinch, when he's not able to rebuild the Detroit Tigers, who knows if he will be, what do you think the Yankees hire in AJ Hinch? You think that's a good move? He is smart. He knows how to get an unfair advantage. He could probably deliver a World Series to the Yankees unfairly.
Are you two trying to get all the cheaters in the same division? Or
I think so, yeah.
I think you guys are trying to get all the cheaters and all in the same division.
Yeah, what do you think? You think AJ Hinch would do good with the Yankees?
No. I don't.
No.
There's too much history there.
Who do you want? Who do you want?
Yeah,
who do you want? Who's replacing Booney?
I want Madden.
Man.
Madden.
Madden. Nobody outsmarts their common sense more than Joe Madden. As a Cardinal fan that played the Cubs a lot during his run there, and he did great. Brown World Series, and oftentimes I really like his interactions with the press can be phenomenal. Sometimes just super entertaining. Yeah. But nobody outsmarts their common sense more than Joe Madden. Like there was once a game where he had one outfielder and put like 94 dudes between short and third, and then Yachty just like right between first and second, and we won the game. And I'm like, yeah, man, don't outsmart your common sense. That one country song says that. I don't remember the country song, but there's a country song that says that, right?
Yeah.
It's going to drive me crazy now.
There's a country song about beer girls, and trucks and everything around that.
So that's
Like
there's all the songs.
That's country.
All the songs.
Yeah.
But I could see Madden. I could see Madden in New York. I think that New York media would chew Joe Madden up and spit him right out because he would try that stuff that he tried in Chicago and out in LA. And you're not pulling that stuff in New York, man. They're gonna come at you.
Yeah, and I think in defense of Joe Madden, like if he pulled it in LA with the A team, because the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are the B team. Nobody cares about them. Like I go to Los Angeles, nobody really cares about the Dodgers in LA, which is it's amazing. You care about the Hollywood stars, then probably you care about the Dodgers, and then like you go to Disneyland out there, and then maybe you go see the Angels after a trip to Disneyland, maybe. But Disneyland is definitely the top priority in Anaheim. So, I mean, Madden, I don't know how well he would do in a New York market. But again, he's been in Chicago. He's been in LA. So he probably could handle it. I think New York media would rip his ass. But
they would, man. The media in New York is tenacious. I don't know if the fans or the media is meaner. Yeah. I'd cry all the time. If I was Stanton coming up to the plate with all you guys are mean.
You
all
guys
your
booed
boos.
Stanton on the first
on
day.
The first day. Did you guys know?
I had no idea.
Yeah, Judge when he struck out that first day got booed. That one was pretty funny because Judge is very loved up there in New York, but that one was probably my favorite booing. That stood up to me that opening day game against the Blue Jays and all the booing in New York. It reminded me of the old Philly booing Santa Claus and stuff. At least you guys aren't like pouring popcorn and booze on people.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. One of those incidents was in New York. Never mind.
Bad. New York's really bad. But Aaron, I got one question before we finish here. All right, this is hard-hitting journalism.
Hard-hitting.
What do you think of Aaron Judge not having a teeth gap anymore? I think that's why the Yankees are losing right now.
Yeah. Boo.
I think the teeth renovation is causing the Yankees to suck.
That might be the answer. You might be right.
That has to be what it is. It has nothing to do with Garrett Cole without the substances. It's because Judge fixed that tooth gap. I don't understand why.
Started brushing his teeth, started flossing, and then it all started going downhill.
Everything went downhill.
He didn't need to floss before. Like he could literally just
put
his tooth.
He could just
in between.
you could just like grab whatever's in there with your fingers. Probably just wipe
it out.
Yeah, and that's it. This is mean. This is a mean segment.
This is fun. I love Aaron Judge too. I love the Judge. All rise. Nothing like sitting in the bleachers when the Judge is up there. I love Judge. I don't mind the Yankees. I want to see the Yankees be good because baseball is more fun when the Yankees are good. Because
I agree.
If they're so bad, like if they just bad, like nope, you don't want a bad team in a big market. Like save that for freaking Detroit. Detroit, maybe, I don't know. Is that a big market? Big-ish market. Yeah. Save that for.
Why didn't you say the Cubs?
Seattle. Say the Cubs are a huge market. Save that for Seattle. Save it for the teams that nobody cares about. So, guys, we're going to be doing this weekly base. This is fun. This is probably the most fun I've had on a Sports 2.0 show.
Yeah, we got to get together in the same room more. This is great. Aaron, you're going to be down here back in Miami in a few months. We're going to have to.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to get together and we're gonna do a show in the Hard Rock pool. No. I'm gonna wear a whole bodysuit. But we're doing it in the Hard Rock pool.
Aaron, in my final, my plane leaves in another 31 hours. Were you a math major? Are you a math major?
No math.
I was not.
One math class, freshman year. Passed. Okay. I'm done.
My first math class freshman year, I didn't do very well, and I didn't do so hot. But, hey, got through it. That's why we're here on the Sports 2.0 Network. Yeah. But anyways, in my next 31 hours here, do I go to the pool?
do I go to the pool?
If you want to bring COVID back to New York?
Is that what you're saying?
I'm vaxxed. No, do I go to the pool?
You're vaxxed. All right.
Go to the pool.
Go to the pool. You're telling me go back to regret it?
Do you have?
You just want to host this Sports 2.0 show. That's what you want.
Yeah, do you have a syphilis vaccination that we don't know about that happened? Because you're gonna need that one as well.
So, Aaron, any final words for the Sports 2.0?
Take care.
All right, guys. That was Eric. Eric, final words.
I'm in Florida. I'm gonna get drunk and lay on the beach. That's my final words. I had a lot of fun today, guys. I can't wait to do this again next week.
Yeah, I'm pumped. So, guys, we're going to we're gonna conference, but most likely we will be locking in it too. I think this show's worthy of a primetime slot.
This is we did some primetime shit. I can't say that on afternoon TV. See, we have to move it to primetime.
We're gonna go talk to the higher ups, the Sports 2.0 network.
Yeah, hey, yo, Rachel, we need to move this to prime time.
And we are going to get this show at 8 p.m., 7 p.m., whatever works with our schedule, because this is primetime television, guys. Thanks for joining. This is Tanner Kern, Erik Neff, Aaron Aboodi signing off for another episode of the Sports 2.0 show.